Alrighty, Roo, and cuckoo choo to you and all my nobodies not watching out there. I'm taking a little break on Trek to Yomi because it's really bleak and I don't know if my mental health is in the right spot to really deal with it, and I'm almost done with it and it's really short, so I can just finish it later, and I'm pretty sure I will just because it's so short. I just don't, you know, I just don't feel like putting myself through it. So instead, I'm going to play a Vampire the Masquerade game, and if anybody knows anything about World of Darkness, Vampire the Masquerade, it's pretty much like no one really wins. Like, spoiler alert, I haven't finished this game. I tried it before and didn't finish it. But in most vampire games, like, no one really wins. Like, not really. Like, maybe somebody does. Usually everyone just, it's like, it's not about winning or losing. It's about doing something that matters and ultimately trying to make the best choices in a bad situation, so that, because stuff is going to happen anyway, at least at the end of the day, if you die or others die or whatever bad shit happens, you're like, I did what I thought was, I felt was the best thing for me to do, or in character or whatever. They're also bleak and whatever, but it's a little less fucking straight depressing. I've had this game for a while and never finished it, because there's a lot of reading, and I just kind of like, other games popped up. But right now, I don't know what I'm going to do because there's not a lot on the thing, and I don't know if I want to try buying another game or anything right now, because poorness and all that. But there will be a lot of reading, so I don't know how far I will get into this. Maybe I'll decide I don't want to do that. But I'm going to start a new one. I played a little bit in it, but it's been so fucking long. Yeah, it's been so long. So I'm just gonna, yeah, like, apparently I was at Tyler. There's the Toreador, the Bruja, and the Ventura. I think I went with the Bruja last time. I think I did. That's what, I don't remember. Or maybe I probably wouldn't go with the Ventura, and since I can't choose I probably went with a Bruja, just because I like Bruja and the look I prefer over the Toreador here. But that's just me. I feel like I look more like this guy than I look like this guy. And I do like Bruja, but I think I'll go with I hope it was I don't know. I hope I'm playing something different than last time. The name is Lamar. Okay, which makes me think of Phil Lamar, who died in Pulp Fiction just because he was shot. Spoiler for, I think it was, I don't remember his character. I think it's in Marvin. Let's go with Marvin. No, I'm not going with Marvin. Marvin, the vampire. I'm gonna go with Tobias. That's a cool name. I like that name. Alright, yeah, plus it's quick, it's easy. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went with the Bruja last time. If his name was Tyler, and he looked kind of like that, I see why I would do that. So, this will at least be different, even though I don't even remember the game well enough to that. New York taught me to believe in fate, says question mark. But there will be the annoyance of me having to talk a lot. I don't know if I'll say the entire thing. Well, that happened fast. Okay. Alright, well, damn. I believe shatter when the... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to slow this down a lot. Can I just do that now? It says standard, but... Yeah, that's just... Okay, let's try that now. And then save and exit. Oh, wait, is that gonna... Yep. There we go. That takes me back to the okay. We're learning already and making mistakes already. That's, the only way to learn is to do, and the only is by starting. The only way to start is to begin is by beginning. Or I don't forget the thing. The belief that shattered when the richest woman in the United States, the actual richest one, not the face you could have seen in the papers, of course, sank her teeth deep into my neck. It's still pretty fast if you're trying to read it out loud. I am not the fastest orator, if that's the right word for that. It happened in the very same place you're standing in right now. Either way, fate, you decide. Coincidence? Possibly, I don't know. Please, there's absolutely no need to be hostile. Just listen a little longer. See, my mistake was that I flew too close to the sun. It makes sense that my punishment was never to see it glow again. Okay. I was incandescent myself. I was hot shit. I had it all. Money, looks, confidence, connections, men, women, a career, and spark in my eye, and the one you need to be born with. And that's when someone far more powerful than me saw my radiance and thought, that won't do. I mean, there's always, they hate us because they ain't us, right? She robbed me of the light, erupting from within, and gave me a subtle, enduring gleam in its place. She decided that would fit me much better. She was a 9th generation kindred, just like you. An apex predator. She probably enjoyed teaching me the peak of human excellence, my real place in the food chain. So I'm guessing it's somewhere between fats, sugars, and red meat, right? It's such an eyesore where you look at the loudmouth bragger and see them for all they really are. The temptation to teach them a lesson can be unbearable, right? Are you a Nosferatu? Nosferatus are really like that. Also, I think the ones that do the shadow, the sombra, they're all like that too. And Malkavians could do that. Well, my sire's lesson was a lesson about fate. A message saying, you're eternally doomed to be at the mercy of your sovereigns. It almost drew me to destroy myself. I mean, that's a rough memo. What saved me was my ability to interpret her teachings. Hers wasn't a message of doom, it was a message of hope. Fate exists, and one can shape it if given the right tools. My sire didn't believe my tools were fitting for the job. She considered them toys, and me, just her amusing subject. I would have preferred plaything, but I guess sure, why not? Well, she's deader than dead now, and I'm still here, so standing right where she stood when we first met. Chekhov's gun? That doesn't speak great for you, dude. Or whoever you are. You might have wondered how I've learned about your arrival to JFK Airport. I mean, it's a pretty popular airport. I feel like you can find out if somebody's coming in through JFK pretty easily. My answer is, of course, destiny. As luck would have it, today happened to be a day some of my associates were inspecting the coffins. Driving you here straight from the plane and having you wake up in such an unfamiliar place was a little desperate, and I do apologize for it. Well, if you're a Toreador and you're my sire, which I wouldn't think that you would be because you said I'm a 9th generation like she was, so I would be a generation above you, but the Toreadors do have a thing for the theatricality of things. Being dramatic. But it is so rare for you to visit New York. 3 times in the last 15 years, was it? And you're never eager to inform me you're here. Okay, so you like... It doesn't make sense that you'd be a 10th gen prince, so you must be... But I obviously know you, but I don't know you. I understand you still have that meeting on 53rd Street later. So I'll provide comfortable transportation. I value our relationship very much, don't get me wrong. But it is precisely because I value it that I'm going to ask you to repay the favor you owe me. You're the only one I trust to do the job well, and without attracting attention. You might think I'm crazy, asking you to breach the rules of our society like this. You might think it's impossible to get away with this unpunished. There's also the breaches of the masquerade are one of those things like it really matters who you are and what you did. Sometimes people do some pretty messed up shit and it's just like I don't think they got a slap on the wrist, and sometimes it's like kill him just instantly, no trial, do not pass go, do not pass go, do not collect $200, go directly to undeath and final death. Fuck you, it's done. But this is New York. And I don't know about other cities, but in this one, fate really exists. And right now, it's smiling in your favor. This is how it begins. Not with a whimper, but with a bang. You stifle a yawn. Like, am I bored, or what? It's been a slow evening. Okay, what is go... Okay, maybe they were talking to who's going to sire me. And I haven't been sired yet. I honestly don't know. It would make sense that I would... I don't know. I think that's what's happening here. I just got to see a little behind the curtain. A little bit of... I played on to remind you nothing else. These art exhibits at least come with some decent wine and legit catering. Yeah. And yeah, it's fun to talk about your work on display, even if you end up discussing it with pretty much the same people at each such occasion. You've already met that one critic who keeps telling you with self-assured authority how you should pursue a different artistic venture. That's just super sweet of you. You're wasted on painting. You should really take up a career in mime. It's like, alright, that's okay, thanks. Then there's the obligatory doe-eyed art students who's oh so impressed with your technique. Technique should be in quotes there, as in like a, you know, in insinuendo, or it should just be respelled to do my thing, because yeah. To be fair, you're not all that happy with your latest piece, but hey, it's not the worst thing you've seen tonight. That ignoble, dubious honor belongs to the other, one of the other paintings on display. And yet, its author, currently being paraded around by his rich parents, has barely been able to grab a bite of the fancy, I don't know, so many sycophants to need so little time. Hey, I wanna, okay, there. Canapes, I don't know. French ain't my language. For a moment, you think it's maybe that it's not worth it. Maybe you should take the critic's advice. Cut your losses, sell out to some corporation, get it over with. Oh yes, I'm gonna change the world with my miming. They'll never see it coming. Or hear it. And as if the universe wanted to validate that train of thought, that's the exact moment your sister Emma decides to pop into your, up in your, what, face? Okay. So let me get this straight, cushy jobs are selling out, but supporting a billionaire's vanity project is totally fine with you. Hi, Emma. I like that you're wearing a tie. Like, I can't tell if you, like, it's just really dark in here and you got, like a schoolgirl vibe going on. Or like a grad student, private school thing, or if like you're like I'm like part of the wait staff or something. I don't know, and we're off now. It's like somewhere in between there. But you seem cool. Hi, Ems. Hi, Em. You absolutely despise her as an artist. While you're struggling to hold some nebulous ideas of what art is meant to be, she's perfecting her ways of mooching off the system. Mooching off the system. I don't know why I said it that way. I guess just, yeah. Shamelessly preying on little-known street art and niche internet memes, she repackages them as bougie-friendly collages. Okay, now I don't like you. And I usually really like people named Emma. They're usually really cool people. But that sucks. That is, like, just little-known street art, niche internet memes, niche. Nietzsche. Yeah, whatever. That's messed up. Like, just taking, like, I'm gonna take what they're doing and then, yeah, that's not great. So perhaps it's no wonder that the NYT has recently dubbed her a mind-blowing explorer of digital art's extreme possibilities. I'm gonna gag a little bit here. Just give me a second. I don't know what the NYT is, though. Okay, I do. New York Times, yeah, I'm worldly, a man of culture. But in spite of all that, you absolutely love her as a person, even as you welcome her by smacking the back of her head, a gesture meant to convey nothing but deep affection. Alright, it's one of those things, cool. I mean, you know, family. No, but seriously, supporting young artists, my ass. I don't know what kind of money you got for this piece, but I doubt it was even a fraction of what it's going to be worth in tax benefits. She's not wrong. I mean, I don't agree with her means, but she's not wrong. The gallery owner actually said that if he had to choose his most valuable audience, it would be the IRS. And I'm pretty sure that he was only half kidding. Probably not. No, the art world is incredibly, yeah, no, it's all like, right hand washes the other, while the other hand does something, and like, people buy things, sell things. There's things that they're basically doing NFT, but with physical parts of a thing, but you don't get to have it, and somebody owns it, and you just you increase the worth. I don't know how it's working, but it sounds pretty scammy to me. Just like somebody was like, NFTs, but it's going to be on actual real art, so people will believe it. It's yeah. And rich people do make a lot of money in the art world by manipulating, controlling it, and all that stuff, and dodging, you know, fucking taxes and all that sort of shit. You mumble a non-answer and then segue into a different subject, trying to preemptively quell her repeated offers to get you a steady job. Of course, she proves as insistent as ever. You know, sometimes I just don't get you. On one hand, you wouldn't be caught dead taking money from the inevitable winner of the culture wars. On the other, if someone gave you the chance to collaborate on some dumbass Oscar bait flip sponsored by Larry Ellison's bailout fund, you'd do that shit for free. I don't know who Larry Ellison is, or if that's a character inside this, or if it's a real person. I feel like it's more like a reference to a person that they're, you know, like, it's legally distinct. You know? She rolls her eyes and asks, you know what the only difference between the art scene and the culture industry? The culture industry actually pays your bills. But I'm tisk. Waka waka. I'll be here all night, folks. Tape your server. As expected of someone who's given up attempts to infuse her work with any sort of enduring quality and decided to just keep reciting to the zeitgeist. She claims to happily accept the fact that after she dies, both her and her work will end up in a landfill. But until then, she can sleep on her big old pile of money. When you respond that you prefer chasing a 1 in a million chance to immortalize yourself, she claims it reeks of an overinflated ego. Sounds like a toreador to me. But you've been down this road too many times before and managed to accept she'll never understand what's truly important to you. Slowly, but surely, you move on to more agreeable topics. Your plans to finally get hammered together, or the more recent crop of garbage Netflix show your friends have tricked you into trying out. Trying to think of, like, I haven't watched Netflix in a while, but I enjoyed The Circle when I was watching it. It was pretty good. I did not expect to enjoy it. I tried to watch Too Hot to Handle, and just because somebody was like, oh, it's true trash, you should watch it. And I just couldn't. Like, I tried. It's like, oh, well, you have to get through, like, the first season or two, because it's like they take a while to find their thing. And yeah, I don't know. I try not to watch too much garbage, unless it's anime. Some anime that's just trash, just straight trash, I'll watch, just because gotta have the trash panda dumpster diving every now and then, you know. Alright, I've gotta go. I got a date. She peeks at a bunch of middle-aged men in expensive suits who have stopped pretending to care about the exhibition and are exchanging the worst lecherous jokes they've got in their stale repertoire. Have fun with your friends, class traitor. She gives you a hug and heads for the nearby elevator. There goes the pleasant part of the evening. Still, you decided to delay the inevitable and catch a quick smoke. Truth be told, people aren't exactly lining up to chat about your work anyway. As you leave your post, you start tapping your pockets in search of a lighter. Instead, you find a $100 bill you're absolutely sure wasn't there before. Emma, you sly dog. You sly boots. She's just like, I slide a hand check, reverse pickpocket, a C note into my brother's pocket so that he can, you know, eat tonight. Maybe pay, you know, the gas bill or something. Jesus Christ, Em, you're the worst and the best. You can feel your cheeks turn red, but you gratefully put the money in your wallet and move outside. Okay, so sometimes I might actually have to go down. That's good to know. When you reach the balcony, you look out at New York City and light the second last cigarette in your pack. Now the question is it a lucky? I was the type of person I like to do 3 luckies, even though people have their own little things about luckies. I don't smoke anymore, but when I did, I used to like having 3 luckies. I used to have a reason for it. I don't remember why. I think 3 is just a lucky thing. Sometimes I would write on them, like, you know, like they do in countless things. You know, maybe a saying or a thought. I don't know. A little fortune cookie for myself later. You never know. Maybe that was it. I would write on them, and then you get, like, you pull out 1 lucky, and maybe it has some sort of meaning later. You know, I'm weird. Why am I talking about this? This is not important. You're alone, and it's not silent. The metropolitan hum is ever present, even this high up, but it's a good deal more intimate than what's behind your back. You lean over the railing and look down. The street lights beckon more than usual. And then there's that, the call of the void. Fuck, I looked this up a while back. I talked about it in another video where it's just like the call of the void, and, you know, like, something to eat, I don't know, fuck, I already don't remember. French, it was French, call of the void. In your mind's eye, you see yourself as your final artwork, beautifully splattered over the pavement. See? I knew it. And it's like, I don't think this is the same intro that it was, because I'm a Toreador this time. So I'm pretty sure I couldn't have known that. Just like I couldn't have known that character's name was M, and I couldn't have, because I haven't played, I don't think I played as a Toreador before. I might have. I just think I played as the Bruja. Working title, Delusions of Grandeur. The author, a brilliant artistic soul crushed by unappealing reality. Gone too soon. You chuckle and flick the cigarette into the air. Don't litter. Freshened up by the night's breeze, cool breeze, you squeeze back into the stuffy interior. You barely make it into the steps before lethargy starts back in. It's like you never left. Still, something in the room feels different. Your eyes are drawn to a handsome young man, neatly dressed and groomed, exuding the air of a true artiste. Or maybe just artiste. And the best part, he's intently looking at your painting. Ooh la la! Happy Pride Month. Fun fact, I almost thought about... what I really wanted to do was play a game called Panzer... Models or something, which is a dating simulator where you date tanks, but they're actually, it's more like they're moe, like in, like, I think it's called Kentai Collection or Kentai Collection or something. But like, it was like so ridiculous. Like I was like, oh my god! Like I watched just a little because I didn't want to like ruin it for myself. But it was just freaking redonkulous. But it doesn't. It looks like they might have a version for PS4, but I couldn't find it on the store, so I'd have to find a physical copy. And all the physical copies I saw were like, it's like this is like a collector's item for stupidity because they were all like $60, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good on that. So, yeah. Then I was considering doing, what was it? Dream Daddy or something, which is another one. But I was gonna be like, oh yeah, because I've heard it's redonkulous. But I honestly don't feel like I'm the right person to play that. It's like I'm all ally towards Pride and everything like that. I just get the feeling that I would end up saying something more so than I normally do to get myself canceled. Not because I have nothing but love for LGBTQ community, but I just get the feeling that because I'm like not really part of the community in any standard way, that I just like, dude, you don't get to say a lot of that, and it's like nobody's watching this, no one's watching this, but I don't even want to, like, that's the people that I really don't want to offend, like, just because I'm okay with offending everybody else, but it's not that I'm worried about getting canceled, although I am a little, I guess, but I try. People have to pay attention for you to get canceled, but I just actually wouldn't genuinely, like, I just don't see that going well with my sense of humor. You know, that's a little too far even for me. So I made the classy choice and the cheap choice and played a game that's similar but isn't like a dating sim because I couldn't play what I wanted to, and I'm like, that's just a bad move. Anyway, the gallery is almost an art installation itself now. People standing in silent awe, the guy like a beacon drawing everyone's attention. Hushed conversations about the guests can be heard from every corner of the gallery. Your heart is pounding with excitement, and you approach feeling like a kid trying to get close to a deer in the woods, but you're afraid you'll scare it away. You ever do that? You ever actually see that and you're just like, hey, cool. I think the closest I've gotten to recently is I was out with a friend and there was like a bunny, and we were driving by and we weren't sure if the bunny was real or not. Like, it was just a very lifelike statue because the bunny was just frozen. Not like it was afraid, but like it's like we're a T-Rex and it can't see, we can't see it if it doesn't move. And I kind of like slowly approached the bunny, and the bunny was real. I was like, that's got to be real. It's just like, it can't, like, if that's a fake bunny, somebody would have stolen it by now. It's too realistic. And then the bunny ran away. It didn't like run fully away. It kind of bounced off, and I'm like, oh, I'll leave you alone, Mr. Bunny. And it kind of like stood, and then it's like, I'm still gonna bugger off. All right, I'm good. The man turns to you, and you stop in your tracks, entranced. Notice me, senpai? Senpai noticed me. So, this is one of your pieces. Okay, yeah, no, I'm less... That's way too... Vampire Lestat for me. Like, not in a... Oh, but he's got a Sherlock Holmes pipe. Only it looks like it's made out of ivory, so you're losing points for the ivory. Yeah. Like, that's gonna cost you, buddy. Yeah. You managed to mumble an affirmation. Tell me about it, please. As you start discussing your inspiration, technique, and the process, the man's eyes lock onto the painting again. He keeps interjecting, making knowing remarks. This guy gets it. He really gets it. The world around you disappears. Oh fuck, you're getting swallowed. Like, I fell into your eyes. I got swallowed by your eyes. You'll say anything, do anything to keep his attention on you, but you realize you don't need to. He's into your art. He's into... Damn it. I want to buy it. And I want your company. I need to talk to you. You will like what I have to say. I don't know why I made his voice, like, so... I don't know, like, I don't know what that even was. Spoken matter-of-factly. I mean, that is... Okay, that guess it sort of works. Like, he knows you won't refuse. That you can't refuse. So I guess that sort of did fit. It's like, just like, nope, said it, that's what's happening. Offer your, yeah, this is where you're going. I'm not like godfathering you, offer you can't refuse. You're just gonna do it because it's like you had a choice. An hour later, you find yourself at his apartment. One of many, you presume, with your self-esteem all but patched up and your head full of fine vintage. You tell your host a lot. In fact, it seems like you're telling him everything. Uh-oh. I like that piece in the corner. It's got like a Escher vibe, but it's not. Like, it's more experimental and rudimentary, sort of like the work of somebody who's starting to fall into madness and used to make more sense. And they're just like, they start really hardcore, and then you see how they kind of like either did this on top of an old piece and then like it's perfect now, or they kind of lost interest in it and then just sort of lackadaisically kind of like set up for the rest of it and never finished it, and they're like, it's done now, we're good. I do like the piece though. Where you came from, how you ended up in NYC, how you take out a loan to appear at tonight's event. Oh shit! How long it took you, how you took the long look down the balcony. Jesus! Yeah, I kind of thought, you know, what if I have my last piece, like, you know, it's like, I'm confident there's definitely been somebody who has literally committed suicide for their art as like their final piece, and other than just movies. That you thought about taking... Yep, see, there you go. And this time you were only half joking. Ha ha! Woo! Oh, that's better. I had to pop my back. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. You feel miserable, and you start crying. Oh, shit. He holds you in his arms. You feel calmer, and the tears stop flowing. Huh.